All right. Hello. Welcome everyone back to the Happy Hour Show with Steve Hitson. How you doing over there, sir?
What is up, Cabana? Man, it has been too long. Glad we got together on that old Twitter thread.
That's right. And have we done a show since Atlanta? I thought we may have done one, but not sure.
I don't know. We've done 3 or 4, I think, over our times, and yeah, but it's been too long. So I think you've been in the beach too much.
Yeah, down your way. So I'll be back there in a couple weeks. So come on over. Hexy Bastard, how you doing down there?
GM, yeah, good man, good. It's been a few hot minutes since we did this. You know what's funny? That thread coming to life again is because you had a scammer, Cabana.
I am.
You had a guy impersonating you who retweeted it, and that's why it popped up on my feed again. That's probably why it popped up on Steve and Big K's feed again.
Oh, well. Lovely. Yeah.
So thank you, scammer. You finally achieved something.
Some HEX OGs clone launched a token in his name, and I have people scamming in my name on Instagram and I guess now Twitter. So yeehaw. It's welcome to crypto, right?
Yeah. So it's the wave of the influence scammer coins coming. I can see them all being advertised on Deck Screener right now. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were doing like the meme stocks like a couple weeks ago too. So that's telling you how Degen things are getting. And one more addition to this show, live from Austin, Texas.
Let's go.
It's the Happy Hour co-host, Big K. What are you doing,
What's
sir?
up, gentlemen? What's going on?
What up, Big K?
What's up, Big K?
Just hanging out here at Consensus, watching all sorts of shenanigans happening out here. People shilling all their shit, full shill out here.
Well, tell us all about it, man. And I guess the most unique shill. The
most unique shill. Okay, let me.
I mean, yeah, all the stuff.
To you. There's a so I got handed a promo for a Telegram group that I'm now in, where I'm supposed to be waiting for this secret event where Jamie Dimon is gonna wrestle to somebody with a pink dildo or something. It's the most insane thing. Where is this shit that hang on a second. I
feel like I should steal this marketing idea.
It's incredible.
Definitely a 9-inch marketing opportunity.
Yes, exactly. Bring them to the 9-inch, Big K.
There it is. Unfuck these people there.
Perfect for 9-inch. Let's go.
Yeah. Fucking psychedelics plus CEO of JP Morgan plus dildo. Jamie Dimon recently had a spiritual awakening after being slapped in the face with a dildo from his ayahuasca shaman, Ethan. He realized he's been a bad boy bashing crypto while JPM secretly bought it for burning down the rainforests. Jamie Dimon has come to consensus to repent his sins. He'll be doing that this week by begging forgiveness, as well as showing support for meme coins by wrestling in secret locations. Stay tuned to this channel for secret updates. I'm fucking waiting for. And the next thing they sent me was a picture of a video of Jamie Dimon being in some sort of BSDM situation, sticking a pink dildo to an ATM screen outside in Austin somewhere. BDSM. Yeah. It's quite a. I don't know what the hell's going on in this group, but I'm a part of it. Maybe I'll end up at a secret event later where.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really happy that I shilled this stream to my mom.
there's a bus outside of Consensus yesterday with the Eminem video, Forgot About Dre. It's that video, but an AI Eminem re-rapping meme coin lyrics over it, and like in like a big screen outside it when you walk out of Consensus, and it's like, the hell is all this? You have to sit there and wait forever to be like, I don't even know what coin this is, what they're even doing. Like, whoever spent the money on the marketing for this is out of their minds. So yeah, people are trying to do everything, stick some shit against the wall out here. That's for damn sure.
Whatever they're doing, I want to buy it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Oh man, so that's yeah. There's all sorts of madness going around. We did a dinner last night with a bunch of Hexkins, and then there's after parties and all sorts of free this and that. There's some karate thing going on tonight. It's pretty neat. This is my first time at Consensus. I've done like Bitcoin conferences in the past, but this is definitely I mean, and there, it's straight Bitcoin kind of shit. So like here, it's like the shill is on. It doesn't matter what there's a section for everything out here. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun already.
Yeah, well, maybe the next wrestling match they could have is Trump versus Zombie, as Trump has been convicted of all 34 counts by the rigged judge and jury and kangaroo court in New York. So it's just an absolute mockery. Like Zimbabwe, this stuff doesn't even happen in Zimbabwe. So yes, Trump framed. Just anyway, we're not going to get into politics, but it is breaking news, and it could have impact on traditional markets.
Everything.
Anyway. Yeah, maybe even crypto, since he's pro crypto. But
the world is watching.
What did he actually get found guilty of? Because I've not been paying attention.
No one can really describe it seriously.
I think I haven't been paying very close attention. I think it's the lying about the Stormy Daniels thing. Is that the thing? I don't remember. I'm like I said, I'm pretty far off on it, but yeah, whatever.
Yes, they're classifying it as falsification of business records, even though Michael Cohen just ruined the entire testimony by contradicting himself and pretty much admitting.
Hard to care too much when it's a big show.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's the problem. So, anyways.
Yeah. The thing I'm curious about is how much will his poll numbers rise now?
So, and how much my Trump meme coin index is going to go up? So.
Yeah, the actual stock, the DJT Trump media stock, just dropped 7% instantly. But can't say anything about the coin. But anyway, that's your political news. What is up, chat? Good to be back. Vets is here. Paul Sachs is here. Harmonic Hexkin is here. What's up, Mario? What's going on? Shouting out Scuba Steve. Josh is here. Trade Bras here. Sandy, Degen, Dougie.
So what's up, everybody?
Dylan with the breaking news. Hex Rockstar. Musica. Another Scuba Steve fan. We got lots of Scuba Steve fans. KR Russia. Oh, were you part of the disinformation that led to this conviction? I'm just kidding.
KR? Actually, that's one of my boys. Actually, that's funny.
All right.
Yeah, he's the poker host there. Gulag Poker we've been playing. Basically,
I'm waiting for Steve's mom to show up, but I haven't seen her handle yet.
Oh no, she left right in the middle of the 9-inch pink dildo.
Okay, I got you.
I told her to come back. It was okay. It's okay.
We should have had disclaimer for the first 5 minutes of the show.
No. I mean, real life hits you hard.
That's right.
It took a matter of 2 minutes before the word dildo was mentioned.
Straight in the mouth and chin sometimes for some people, but yeah.
We've had Hexy.
I'm just reporting what I see on the streets out here, folks.
The streets of Austin.
I'm actually just really upset. I'm about to get in my truck and drive. It's what, Texas? Is that where I got to get to?
Yeah, we're out in Austin, Texas.
With my, I don't have it right here, but maybe we'll share the video in a little bit. But we are out here shilling it to the max, and that's what we're doing. And,
that's what we do. Funny Jim, is he also in your area, Big Cat?
Yeah, he was out at dinner with us last night.
I believe I saw that photo of all the Hexagon brethren down there.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Coffee's out there too, right?
Yes. Brazology, should we have a mostly peaceful riot over the Trump verdict? Yes, we should. Yes. And we'll have
peaceful.
CNN say it was
fully riotous.
Everyone live stream. Talk about it.
I'll get a lot. Change the title to Trump verdict. I agree. I just don't want to piss people off and be like, you're supposed to talk about Trump, and then you'll get a bunch of people who don't even know crypto, and then just creating a storm in the chat session. Remember when the racist meme coins, that was fun to deal with in chat. That was
I love that. That was honestly one of the funniest things ever. I can't even say half the coins, but there was,
it's surprising.
There was some real standout ones, man.
There sure was.
No wonder they did well.
And the worse they were, the better they did, right? The more volume you get, you're like, oh man, that one's number one.
One of my favorites that I can say was Indians didn't do 9/11. Yes. I don't know why, but that's made me laugh so much.
I mean,
9/11 was not an Indian job.
yeah.
DJ Cryptomatic, hello, my friend. Thank you for the raid over from the Vata Hex show. And True Blue Hex enthusiast. Good to have you. Good to have you. Well, we got a few things to talk about here, gents. Over the coming hour or less. I don't know what time frame Big K has, but I mean, we haven't done one of our bits in a while, so let's just start off with an old school kind of thing. Steve Hitson.
Let's go.
The fuck is this?
Oh my God. I mean, so there's this thing that happens when you become a founder and you actually take that jump into the pool. You realize that it's almost like having a baby or a kid. You just do just about anything for them, and for that, if you care, you know. So I don't know, man. We bought the suit. I've got a buddy that has a boat, or I guess I should stop calling it a boat. People have told me that it's
definitely not just a boat. Yeah,
it's a yacht, and it's, and he has a camera. He's good at what he does, and we put some stuff together. So for what it's worth, it's super cringe, but like had a lot of fun doing it. Don't care. Like everybody was shouting at it. Like everybody knew who it was. It's an iconic figure. Everybody kept, every other boat's going by. We're like Scuba Steve, shouting at it. So it was a lot of fun, and yeah, it's crazy what can happen if you just put yourself out there a little bit, doing some things. So I know Hexy's probably been on a crazy ride since he began his journey, over a year ago in the founder business. But I mean, this has only been a month and crazy things have come out. I mean, first off, the wrap was made by a community member, like genuinely grassroots, AI probably, but whatever. And then again, even the video was, basically donated by the guy Connor who made it, Connor Miller. So he's a buddy of mine. But anyways, it's crazy how this stuff comes together, right? So
it's lots of fun, man.
It is. As long as you're willing to have fun.
Well, I guess, tell us more about this, because I never took you for like the meme coin guy. I mean, last time we were together, we were talking liquidity providing in Atlanta. And, I figured you're more on the tokenomics and utility side of things. And then I see my guy in a Hulkamania spandex outfit, colored looking, on the front of a yacht.
I'm just happy I lost about like 60 pounds over the last year and a half, because that video could have been a lot worse,
brother.
But that's funny you asked that. I had planned Scuba Steve. Obviously, there's a lot. That's like an iconic figure from my childhood, a Big Daddy movie. So I do have tokenomics. I don't want to focus too much on it. And I am like a tech guy. We have a ton of tech on PulseChain, right? Like we do. We have a ton of tech. I don't know. I saw a gap in the meme coin side. So I think obviously I've built on top of Scuba Steve already, and we're going to keep building. But I had planned it for like 2 months in the back. Didn't know if I was really going to launch it or not. And then, it just all came together. The community pulled together over 600 people in the chat in like 48 hours, which was nuts. We launched live with Randy. It really was very organic feeling, even though I kind of thought it through and planned it. But of course, I'm going to have tokenomics Cabana, but you can't, the big thing about a meme coin is it really is. I mean, you're going to have to pick your theme. You pick your meta, which we got the water meta. I've got Baby Shark that I launched on top of it as well. I've got a couple other ideas. And then, of course, we're going to put a game together. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. So I do have, speaking of, Big K brought up like how much people are spending on marketing and stuff like that. I mean, this stuff is no joke. Like it's not, there's plenty of projects that are out there that are failing right now. And I think for PulseChain, the one thing we do have is the strongest community in crypto. All we have to do is the people that want to or build, and especially right now as we're having a bottom, right? and great things could happen. You know, we got charts out there that are horrible all over all kinds of other chains. You look at Solana, there's like a coin launched every 6 minutes or every minute or something like that. And there's just jeets all over the place. So I think, I don't know, for me, it was like, it was simple enough to just launch and get it off the ground and get going. And I think as a founder, I mean, I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm doxed as shit. Like, I'm here to stay. I don't know where it's going to go, but I think it's going to work. So it's a good meme. It's family friendly. We've got plenty of dick with butts and all that kind of crap, you know. And it's great too. I got some all kinds of shit. So I'm not hating on anything, but I'm trying to fit that family friendly meme coin. Scuba Steve, Scuba Squad, you know. There was a little bit of smoking and alcohol in the rap video, but it's a rap video, so you got to do something.
You have to. It's obligatory. Yes.
You are absolutely right that there isn't really any like family-friendly meme coins out there. It's everyone's just trying to be as like offensive or repulsive as possible with it.
Racist, sexual.
Well,
yeah.
There's Teddy Bear, right? Would probably be the only one that's like, you know, that I can think of.
Close, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anyways. But there's plenty of market gaps out here. And I guess the point is what I realized, like Richard built Hex on top of Ethereum. That's, you know, that was a great product in its prime, and it's still going to be on PulseChain, and it's still going to be everywhere if the market chooses it to be, right? But I mean, he made that comment many times that it was very important for builders and founders to be doing things. I mean, why build a layer one chain if he doesn't want people to build on top of it? And who better than the people that actually are in the community that have been here? So everybody's launching a damn coin, but the difference will be who's actually going to, well, one, who knows liquidity well enough not to get their ass rugged, and then two, who's actually going to keep going, because it's not easy to watch your chart go red for weeks on end and have everybody hating on you.
Yeah, you know. I felt that.
Nope. Yeah, and I mean, we are at a bottom, folks. Let me go ahead and clear that up. Make sure everybody understands.
It's the Steve Hitson bottom, everybody.
Yeah, I'm calling it, right? I'm calling it. We're close to shit. We, you know.
I mean, everybody else it has at higher prices, and thankfully, it's all on Twitter or X to, you know, see, unless they delete tweets. But I've seen so many bottom calls. It's pointless to try to call.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I called it like a week ago,
please be right.
And
you can add that to like your layers and be like, Steve was right, or Scuba Steve was right, built on Scuba Steve or something.
I just got to keep saying it, right?
The Scuba Steve bottom.
The bottom will come in, and then I can be like, remember
that one time I was right. Don't pay attention to the other ones. Just that one time. I was dead on that time.
Yes. Well, speaking of red candles, we are now in the 11th red candle on the weekly on Pulse right now, which is just like, wow, when bounce
yeah.
pizza. Like, yeah. I almost don't understand who's selling stuff. I mean, maybe we're on the 12th actually. I don't even know who's selling anymore. Like, what the fuck?
If I was at a roulette table and I saw that many reds, I know what I'd be betting.
Yeah, same. Red. Trend is your friend, sir.
That's not what I was saying. Red. Yeah.
Independent events.
Follow the trend. Trend is your friend.
Yeah. There is something funny. You're absolutely right there, because I've seen tons of bottom signals, like all the infighting and all the shit kicking off, and like certain people who've like been diehard and now negative and whatever. But I think probably the tweet of the week has to go to Huddle Dog, who tweeted one out earlier. I'm just gonna read it out to you guys real quick because it's pretty damn funny. So it says, obviously we all know who Huddle Dog is, our favorite.
Oh my gosh,
Swiss, you know, like Swiss or something, isn't he? I can't remember now, but he tweeted, bottom signal is close.
I mean, let me bring it up because I wasn't gonna go there, but goodness, I got to now.
Is it? I was dying when I read this.
Tears, just about.
It's pretty good.
Fucking brilliant.
Where is my man? Oh, darn it. It went to Twitch and not Twitter.
No. He's absolutely hit the nail on the head with this one. Like 100%.
Awesome, man. I haven't heard it yet, so I'm excited.
Oh, no? What's his actual handle? Is there an underscore in there or something?
Huddle Dog official.
Oh, official.
Yeah.
He's that official. Oh boy, here it is. bring
For
this up
sure.
here. And Hexy Bastard, as you were going to do, please do read
The narration, sir.
and if you can, possibly in a Huddle Dog accent. I don't know.
I can't do that.
Maybe that's asking too much. But
I'm terrible with accents, man. Like I'm awful with it, but I'll try and read it for you. So this is from Huddle Dog. So it says, bottom signal is close. Our favorite hexologist has to write job applications. The retarded pirate and his insurance gnome try their luck as Pied Pipers again after having unsuccessfully profiled themselves as marketing professionals, tax consultants, actors, and other sidewalk activities, all because they have a strong feeling that they deserve it. I mean, I'm literally dying as I'm reading it. Moreover, after 3 years, the psychiatrist starts handing out pills in the form of coins instead of preventing people from doing so. I fucking respect Huddle Dog. That is funny as fuck, mate. That is funny as fuck. So we could talk on these points just a little bit because obviously Maddie brought out a coin a couple days ago. Now, I've only heard reports about what happened, and I like Maddie. I'm sure he's not doing anything nefarious or like that. But
I don't.
So the coin, so Maddie's coin is just so from what I was talking to them last night, it's just the coin. You remember like when Pulse first came out, Gary made a bunch of like influencer tokens just for the fun of it, and paired them all up against like $10 worth of P die or of just die. That's the token. He's just like taking like he was just like, hey Gary, can I have all of my tokens? And Gary's like, sure, have your tokens. So it's not like he relaunched a coin or anything like that. It was,
I thought he launched it.
He's like, it had zero volume. It had been taken off of deck screen or everything else. It was just good, like disappeared in the dead of night. And he's like, sure, why not? Give me the tokens. And so
I'm not sure if it is the same token. You know, I'm going to check now because
it could be the LP dissection, I guess, of this one. So I think the issue is that obviously I think it was actually made 7 months ago. Like you said, I think the contract.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it was. It's the same token address. And
I think and it's not a big. In my eyes, this is not a big issue. I think I've had people tell me as a founder, I have rights to pull my original liquidity if I wanted to, as a founder at any point. I haven't. So there was a good amount. He put a ton of liquidity in to start, and then when it went up, there was an amount of liquidity that got pulled at the top, and then as we came down in price, there was also what looked like a sell wall put up on 9mm. That was the issue. I actually even reached out to Maddie to try to help advise or anything, and I think we were going to have a call, but anyways, we were going to have a call last night. So anyways, the point being is I don't think there's anything nefarious going on. I think it is just a matter of understanding that like what we're doing with the liquidity and stuff like that. So that was where there's a lot of people that went to Twitter. I saw it. I actually saw it too and was kind of like, hey, just so you know, this is what people are going to think. Again, I think we know Maddie. I don't think he's trying to rug anybody. So I think it's just a matter of figuring out what the next steps are for the project. That's my.
Well, there's still 76K of liquidity in one.
It's a ton of liquidity. It's a lot. There's like 2 billion PulseX in there with it or something. It's great liquidity.
Yeah.
And
it has got a $1 billion market cap, though.
Well, there's only like 100,000 coins in supply.
That was his whole hilarity. He was laughing about the silliness of it all, you know. Yeah. So I mean,
well, anybody that takes anything like that's kind of the issue I see in general right now is everybody's just going around aping the shit out of everything. It's like, you know, and then what happens when you get any kind of price increase like that too quick? I don't care what it is. People are going to take profits, period.
Yep. It's
going to happen if price goes up too quick. So that's what we see is everyone's bored or we're at the bottom here, bottom signal from Huddle Dog, right? And people are just aping shit all over the
place. People are aping any contract. The solid research at this point in time is somebody asking someone else, is it safe? Is it safe?
Is
there an audit?
Yeah, totally. It's totally safe. Whatever.
Is it audited? Yeah.
And so, you know,
what kind of tobacco are you putting in your pipe, Big K?
Some banana punch.
That's a very unique tobacco.
Yeah,
all right, nice.
This is correct. This is correct. there's some sort of dispensaries all around here in Texas, and I was like, what's going on?
Go figure.
And they're apparently it's some like loophole, Delta 9, whatever thing. I don't know how you tell the difference. Like, I mean, how it's coming around testing everything. I think it's all bullshit. I think it's just regular old weed out here. But no, that's
let's go.
Boston's
and
a pretty
to
wild
the
place.
point of like, what was it? With launching a coin, like, especially in this community, that it will be scrutinized and IF'd all the way up and down. So if you launch something, like Steve was saying, like, he doesn't care because he's, docs the heck out of. But I mean, there are so many eyes, like, on Liquidity, on Twitter accounts, like, who's interacting with who, different addresses, like I know it's like almost gotten out of hand with all the coins that are launched, but at the same time, there's so many educated people in the PulseChain community now to where it's like, there are eyes on everything. So I think that's also a good thing, because it's like at least some kind of check on it. I can't say, it's going to be 100%, nothing ever is, but was it audited? Is it safe?
No. Yeah, well, and the liquidity management and all that stuff is it's subjective to the founder in a lot of aspects, or the founders. So, and that's a big piece of it too. But I think that is the point. Like, you should try not to just ape everything. You should try to find founders you believe in. And that's probably your best course of action if you're looking for ways to invest outside of the core PulseChain tokens. You want to just find founders that are not giving up and still
I agree with that.
making connections, networking.
I mentioned that a little bit on my Pulse conference time, and that kind of goes with the old saying, like, you don't just bet on the horse, like some people bet on the jockey. So it's like, some jockeys in this ecosystem, I'm fond of, and I like their vision. I don't know, how things will turn out, but I like, some more than others. So that said, who is this? Oh, it's a fire whale emoji with love.
Damn.
Tiago. Hello.
I was
How are you,
someone
sir?
dropped 500. I was wondering. I was like, that's a big ass. I was like, I thought I actually was reading it wrong, and it was like some denomination of.
Well, I was just reading I love the emojis. So
good to see you, Tiago.
Yes.
Well, we all as a
Much
community owe
appreciated.
the Fire Whale a massive thank you, because he single-handedly put PulseChain on the map with SolidX when that came out. And it was amazing because the front page of Dex Screener, out of the like 30 odd coins on there, like almost 20 of them were PulseChain related projects, and almost all of them were on 9-inch. So I was like super happy to see like eggplants just like plastering up the front page of Dex Screener. It was brilliant.
Go.
But he literally got us from like, I don't know, 15th place, 15th most volume, on chain blockchain, and put us to like third in one day with one token launch. And this is what I mean. Like, you only need a few good launches like that to really put PulseChain on the map. And that's why some communities, I mean, we've been accused of this. I mean, we've only launched a few tokens in the last few months, but our community's launching tokens all the time. And the thing is you need to keep throwing stuff out there. If it doesn't work, just move on and try something else. But eventually something's going to capture the imagination of people and start bringing people over. There's no point trying to like revive something that's already dead. Let it have its time when it's ready. But there are other ideas out there that you can throw at the wall. And SolidX isn't necessarily a meme coin, but the idea of having a benevolent founder who has that much money backing him, just created a coin and trying to make people rich. It sounds a little bit familiar to Richard Hart back in the day, right? Like, he had loads of money and he just wanted to make people rich, and that's why people believed in him. And this is a very similar story.
That's what I guess the first tweet of the Fire Whale said. That's what the new website, actually solidx.win, I believe, is launched yesterday or the day before. So that's pretty much on the homepage there, like the first text of the tweet there. And how can you hate on that, man? I mean, I like guys who are rich, who are nice and want to build cool stuff. Like, we like those guys in our community. Yeah,
and are super supportive of a lot of other projects out there.
Excellent point.
He's not like he's just supporting his own project.
And he has the track record to prove it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was the number one sacrificer for 9-inch, number one for 2 Fox, number 8 for PulseChain. Damn, the list goes on. He's really is a whale, and he's supporting. like hell. So yeah, big ups to that guy, legend.
Yes,
I especially like him, probably more so than most people. But
I do, sir.
I have my reasons.
Funny. He's the reason, which I didn't even know this. This is back in the beginning of the PulseChain launch. I actually was monitoring his wallet way back when, and he's actually the reason I got into stablecoin liquidity at the price I did. Saved my fucking bags. Just gonna say that, and so learned a ton since then. And I do believe him launching and other people like Randy launching helped me get the courage to do it as well. So yeah, I would thank all of it. So that's where I'm at with it.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it with this is like anyone who's building stuff, and even if it is just launching a meme coin, as long as you're doing it and you're creating a community and you're getting new people in some way, somehow, then I'm all for it. Like, there's a lot of projects out there that I don't necessarily participate in, but I like what they're doing because they're hitting it from a different angle, you know. And the good ones out there, when we first came up with the 9-inch thing, there was a lot of people like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. I'm never going to touch it. But they might actually capture a crowd that we're never going to get. So maybe it'll work. You know, who knows?
Yeah, I can say for certain we had a Bitcoin guy come in that had never was really new to PulseChain. They only I think bought like a couple coins so far. So anyways, and he was pulling more money in. So you're right. You're like everyone in my little ecosystem is not. I mean, really, most of them are new people I met.
And man, let me tell you what I will say that what I found out in the past day and a half out here at Consensus talking to people, because like I hit it really hard yesterday talking to different people, different booths, and so did Coffee. And I would say that generally speaking, we're not as hated as you'd think. Like majority of the market doesn't even know we fucking exist, man. They really don't. You know, people like I could give any of the spins depending on who I was talking to. I sat down. This cat had he's awesome. I wish I had the t-shirt in here right now. That's like awesome, like juice box, Degen powered juice box, funny ass meme t-shirt. And I was like, I love that shit. And
was there a He-Man or a Power Ranger on it?
No, but it looked like an old school, like high C kind of juice box thing. It's real neat. And I just, started shooting the shit with him and like took the spin of hey, you got all these weird PRC20s that idiots are fucking pumping to the moon for whatever reason. You probably have value there. And I named 3 or 4 coins. He's like, oh, I have those. And I was like, well, you got some money there, dog. So, there's definitely like, that's just one angle that we were taking. We were talking about, we hit up a lot of stablecoin providers, seeing like who's interested in playing ball, and like there are some, and that's cool. There's some that are already planning on integration, so that's neat. So there's a couple that we found that have heard, but like the majority of people that I talk to that are actually in the industry and booths and stuff, very little knowledge of PulseChain. So like, I mean, there's a lot of room for growth there. And it's all, like I said, we have this self-made insulation that we believe because of how, Richard has been taken by so many people that like, they're immediately going to be detestful of what's going on here. And like, again, that's really not the case. Really not the case. It's pretty easy to make some inroads with a lot of people that are building stuff for cross-platform stuff that we're looking for other, chains to integrate, all that kind of thing. So, I mean, I thought it was super, super bullish when I walked around and was not massively hated by everybody when talking about PulseChain. So,
do you think that might be because Richard's not really around anymore? Because I think he was the main reason before.
I think that there's something to be said for that. Because like the only person that's bringing him up, if we're talking, is me, or like somebody, you know what I mean? Like it's not the other people that are bringing him up. So like, yeah, I think that there's something to be said for him taking a whether by a legal recommendation or otherwise, taking a back seat on some of it for now. So it's good. I think that there's some serious room for growth in the next year, and a lot of good inroads were made. So I'm excited.
If you didn't understand that, it was take action now, people.
Yeah, I mean I ran into this girl yesterday at this booth. She was like shell. She didn't know what the hell I was like trying to talk to somebody about the project, and I was like, "So what's going on here?" And she had no idea. She's like, "I thought I was hired here for a catering gig." And I was like,
she looked back at the coin name and it was like, buy crap coin.
Like, how many of these are NPCs?
Yeah, oh man. So I started shooting the shit with this girl, and I was like, listen, you just like it's just like shooting fish in a barrel right now. Just like buy something good right now. And I was like, you don't even own any crypto, you don't know anything. I was like, just buy, like, this is the year and a half to buy. Like, go sell next November or some shit. But like, please, for the love of God, get involved, you know. So yeah, it's classic booth babe. There's plenty of classic. They're not denied service out here, which is fantastic. We have to give them all the gigs.
Well, speaking of the good doers out there, the people who are promoting and talking and shaking the hands and kissing the babies, I wanted to share this tweet from Rags to Riches really quick.
He's out.
Yes.
So we have 2 more days. It ends tomorrow. I've mentioned this on stream before, but look at this. Look at who is at the top right now. Well, at least when the screenshot
is killing. Is killing.
When it was taken, he pole vaulted. I mean, he was like, I think he was out of the top 5 or something. And this is what networking, boots on the ground does for you. Gary's master at it, and straight to the top he went. Brandon is now back up in 3rd place. Brother KG is in 4th. So, I mean, I think it's like $10 to just like get a text answer to a question. So if you just go to Minnect, that's MINNECT, I think it's .com. Just go to one of these guys' Twitter threads. You
got to download the app on your thing and sign up, which I know that scares everyone. Signing up for something, but like, please go do it. It would definitely.
You can create a fake. You don't have to use a real name.
You don't have to use a real name.
Yeah.
Come on, people. We could all do this. And I know there's plenty of money. I've said this before in this community. I know, things are wrecked right now, but what's $10? Spend it on your favorite influencer, maybe whoever's out of the top 3 right now. It's KG, so let's pump KG up, and don't forget about Brandon, and Gary's looking good too. But that ends tomorrow, so do it tonight.
Yes, or I'm literally doing it right now because I was meant to do it ages ago and I just haven't.
I went and did a couple more.
Ask him like what color
I got one more set tomorrow.
What color?
I'm literally asking him, does he think that Hexy Bastard really has a 9-inch PP?
Yes, Steve.
He might share the whole world.
Answers to the questions all the ladies want to know. They might have them. I don't know, but anyway. So
yeah, I'm
gonna support KG, right, Rags, funding Jim. But yeah, that was a nice. I was offered that segue, so I had to take it. But,
take it.
Anyway, what else can we chat about real quick? I think I had another. I wanted to bring this up anyway, but Briz put it in the comments, so I thought I'd save it. And I think this is worth talking about. It's always a good discussion. Is it good for the price of RH assets to divert funds away from it and into other pockets? Splintered community. Oh, triggering.
Does that mean other chains or projects built on top of PulseChain?
Yeah, or the PulseChain stuff. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's like people don't. This is one of my, like life things I figured out. Was when I was younger, I used to think that like everybody had a good idea and money was hard to come by, But like, it's actually surprisingly the opposite. There's a lot of fucking idiots out there with big stacks, and there's not that many great ideas out there. And they're all searching for places to put their fucking money in good ideas. That's the truth. So like, there's plenty of cash out there. And if we can, as Hexy Bastard said, catch, the excitement of people in one way or another, the money will come. I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that yes, I do feel like at the moment, sure, we're playing some cannibal games, you just got to look at that bridge number on PulseChain. Go look and see how much funds are on the bridge. It's wild is even with all the price up, down, left, right, it's not like we've changed. We're still right around 109, 110 million or something like that. It's not that far off, so and that's not much money. There's a shit ton of projects down here that are, soaking up lots of capital. And like Pulse can do that too. And like it's not, and when that happens, like all this, like, oh, you're taking money from this project, from that project, it's all going to be fucking water under the bridge. I really think that this is like something that we focus way too much on because we're in this like 11 weeks of pain right now that like everyone wants to fucking point the finger at someone else, you know, and it's just not. It's not helpful either. You know, I really think that like not talking about that as nearly as much as talking about outreach and finding, you know, ways to get more people involved is, I think, way better than arguing about which token is soaking up more value from which other token. It really sucks.
And we're kind of in a unique situation too, to where the founder is battling the SEC. So while many other coins are free to pump, like this one kind of has a noose around its neck. And yes, I know, you know, Ripple could, you know, they did all right, blah, blah, blah. But it is a factor in this. So when people do launch something and people from the first community, which is Hex, which was, you know, I usually call like the coolest toy on the playground before the playground existed. You know, people from that community see money going to these other projects and supporting them. It's like, oh man, well, my price is going down. Some of these coins, you know, come right out of the gate and they 20x or way more than that. And it's like, man, we had that with Hex back in the day, but now my Hex is going down. And it's just like this, you know, loop of negative feedback, I guess. And it's depending upon what coin you're in, when you got in it, and what you might not be in, then, you know, you are probably, you know, gonna feel negative to some things rather than others. So,
well, especially when the candles are so red as well. Like,
yes,
it's really easy to point fingers at other people when our core price is going down. So it's like easy to say like, oh, it's his fault or it's his fault or whatever. But if the candles were green, you wouldn't give a shit. You just wouldn't even be looking. So,
and the thing is that like you have to appreciate this on a broader market scale too. Like it's not just PulseChain. Like at the moment, there's relative regulatory, not in unclarity, whatever, in the broader market too. And you can see it because like right now, utility coins that like actual companies that, you know, VC money and things that do, you know, smart and careful investing, you know, are not going up as nearly as much as ridiculous meme coins. And it's because there's some version of safety in the anonymous ridiculous meme coin game that there isn't in, you know, an actual investor. Like I think that when there's more regulatory clarity and there's actually some laws passed and the US has not like just, you know, fucking handcuffing everybody, I think that you'll see a lot more money flow into you know, actual utility, you know, projects, you know.
I think 100% agree.
As long as the base is PulseChain and you're building most of it on top of it, it should help adoption overall. I think the issue that we see is that when people are moving their money around, the slight few that do make those crazy gains in the new tokens because the liquidity is so little, they feel like they got something. And if they exit the system, as Big K said, you should look at that bridge. Look at the bridge funds. That's the literal core of story. Yeah, that's it. I mean, if those funds are staying on PulseChain and in the PulseChain system, it's probably okay wherever they are because in the end they come back to Pulse, at least before they go to dollar for anybody else taking profit. So in theory, it shouldn't matter much. The key would be that if you're making a bunch of money or you think you are because you got into something early, you might want to keep it in the system a little longer. You know, like even if you sell that coin, keep, you know, put it in your core bags or whatever, you know. Anyways.
Take profits into Pulse. There is another thing as well here. I think PulseChain people, Richard Hart educated people are at a slight disadvantage because we're too clever for our own good. And we think that the market needs to fit what we expect it to fit. And that's just not how it works. Let me tell you why meme coins are popping off right now. Because everyone knows a guy that made a shitload of money on a meme coin last cycle, or maybe even more recently. People see this. You can go and stick a few $100s in something, come back a few weeks later, and it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, maybe more, right? That's what people are here for. That's what the retail crowd wants. They want to make money today, not in 6 months, not in a year. They don't want to wait that long. They want to make money right now. And that's why the shitcoin casino is so effective. We spotted this with That's why we wanted to do 9inch in the first place, because the best performing assets last cycle were meme coins. That was the hint. That's where the market's going. Meme coins don't necessarily have a bear market, because when a meme coin launches, it's probably going to go to the fucking moon and then eventually die, right? Most of them do that. So that's why I don't think meme coins in general are going to have the same cycle that regular crypto has, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, even PulseChain, whatever. That's going to do its 4-year cycle, but meme coins just explode out of nowhere for no real reason other than a load of retarded retail investors just jumped into it because they like the name or they like the logo. And you go and have a look at what Solana's doing, like Pump.fun. Just have a look at that. It's like, if you've got epilepsy, stay away, because it's just, the site just like, it's just lights shining, like, because every time there's an update or a token's bought or sold or anything, it'll flash, right? And it's honestly, it will just give you like a headache staring at it. But this is the degen shit that people want, and I think meme coins are not going to follow the same cycle as everything else. And I do think we need more meme coins on PulseChain, because that's what's going to attract people. That's why Solana is the #1 chain right now, because it's the meme coin chain. That's why Base is probably going to do really, really well in the future as well, because there's tons of meme coins over there. So I don't think people should really hate on meme coins and be like, oh, it's stupid. It is fucking stupid. I'm the founder of a meme coin DEX, and I'll tell you they're fucking stupid. But the stupid guys are making a lot more money right now than the smart guys, right? So I just wanted to say that real quick.
Don't be midway, you know, just like you don't have to, it's just not that difficult, you know. It's like whether you're brilliant or not, just buy the thing that you think that everyone else is going to be buying, and that, you know, it's like how that game works, and they're doing it in droves. You know, I mean, you're 1,000% right. You know, you can't deny the facts. You just cannot deny the fact that, you know, whether it be Shiba Inu or Flocky or what the fuck ever, all these ones have way higher gains. Like you can spend years developing a fantastically designed system to have it not pump nearly as hard.
Yeah, to get it beaten by picture of Potter. That's what kills me, man. People are like, "Oh, where's the utility when burn?" When, you know, none of that shit matters. Is that are people gonna buy? That's the utility. Like,
exactly. What did you say in the movie? I believe the primary way you're not going to know in which you're going to, you know, get rich on speculative investment is just based on how many people know now versus how many people will know in the future. It's like, I mean, it's it. Period.
100%. And people forget that we're still early. Like Kay said, the next, like, did everybody forget that the top's probably in 2025? Like, and it's still not even through the first half of 2024. I mean, I think we got lucky getting to see what we saw because of the ETFs. We would probably just be below 50K Bitcoin and sideways for another 4 months.
Well, if they'd have came at the end of the year, that could have been the end of the
It would have been crazy. Yeah, it would have been. You're not wrong.
Would have been.
I mean, I think we're like, anyways, I think we're doing just great. And I know everybody's suffering a little bit. And I would just encourage, Hexy, I think we said it before stream. It's like, what are we doing? You're building, staying busy. You know, it's hard to look at your portfolio. So don't do that. Get out of consensus. Get out and talk to somebody, onboard somebody, like do something else that's actually going to help our bags.
I can remember like the hardest time to onboard in Hex was when we were at the lowest early on, you know, and
it's the best time, right?
And it was, and in hindsight, the people that like believed for whatever reason they did then are still, you know,
doing well.
They're not talking shit about Hex, that's for sure. So, you know, it's all good, you know. So this is hard. It's hard time to do it, you know, but like that's usually the best time.
Yep. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think, before PulseChain even launched, and every now and then, every few months, maybe longer, I bring this up with Big K, but it's like, you know, we are always saying like, it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a different crowd. Like the Hexicans are going to have to get along with the Pulseidons or whatever. Shout out Kinetics, because I still think that's the best name for them, or Pulsekins as like RH prefers. But anyway, like as I've said, like Hex was always the coolest toy, you know, without a playground. PulseChain became that playground, but all these new shiny toys came in, and it was going to be a whole new world. It is a whole new world, and if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, you know. I can also understand the fact that it's like, well, my coin go down, and some of my investors in my coin probably put money in other coins. And it's just like, well, it was kind of also mapped out to you that, you know, there are going to be a lot of other things out there. So it's also up to you to maybe put some into those if you want. I don't know. Depends upon your vesting profile.
Ghost chain maxis. That's what they want, man. Oh yeah, PulseChain. All we need on there is hacks. It's just like, come on, man. Like, ain't no one buying bulls if there's nothing to do here.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you want people to buy Hex, you got to bring them over and make them happy on the chain first, and talk about the low fees and the speed of it, and get them here. And like the transaction costs, it's like so cheap to transact. And you go to, I mean, even Ethereum fees have come down, but still, I mean,
to Brizology's point, he's making right here. Is anybody really making money? I would say it's only working if you launch, like for example, Scuba Steve. I'm telling you right now, there's people that do not have a many coins on PulseChain, that they've been here a little while, like a couple weeks and shit, that found Scuba Steve appealing because of the meme and are involved. And if they're telling their buddies that are not on PulseChain and bringing new money in, that is how we are really making money. But I know you know that. But what you're saying is like, yeah, the Jeets that 10x, or 1,000x their $10 and run off and put it in their bank account. You're correct. We're getting crushed by that bullshit. And that needs to stop. If you're here, we should stop promoting that kind of shit and doing that. We should look at the founders and buy those coins and hold them.
The thing is, this is not a PulseChain exclusive problem with the Jeets and stuff. You look at BSC, Solana, like they're all the same, man. Someone launches a shit coin, it goes up 10x, everyone sells.
It's even worse over there.
It's even worse, yeah. But I mean, we see it in the Coin Hub community, right? Because we've got I'm just gonna quickly show this, because if you are a Degen and you're on PulseChain, you want to find these opportunities. We created a chat room called t.me/coinhub_9inch, and you can go show your projects in there. And there's a lot of people. I think we've got like 2,500 people in there that just constantly looking for the next thing to buy, right? But I'll warn you in advance before you go there. A lot of the guys in there are complete fucking retarded G's. As soon as they get a 2x, they'll sell everything. And it's just like, well, the price is never going to go up if people just have that mindset. But that mindset is not exclusive to PulseChain. It happens everywhere all the time. So.
And if they don't know how to provide LP, which I find a lot of these new users just don't know how to do these tactics that we know other communities are teaching and successful. We're seeing it. We've been taught liquidity by Richard and other people doing it successfully. And so I think, yeah, it is. It's about getting out there and making things that are going to last, that aren't going to rug. But there is a lot of that stuff. There's nothing we can do about scammers. The only thing we could do is make sure that, yeah, we're putting our stores of value in the ones that we choose to, that we believe in.
Someone made the point earlier as well about boredom. Like right now we're bored and we're depressed because the price is down. It's been so long and there's nothing to do. People are just bored, man. So you got to give people shit to do. And I'm not saying people should go and invest in random meme coins. Like ideally you want to know who the founder is and you want to know that they're going to back the project and stuff like that. But in reality, if you're quick in on a launch, if you get it within the first few minute of it coming out and it goes on to do a 2000x, and there usually is liquidity, you could buy that and then sell it 5 minutes later and make a ton of money, possibly. Now, most people get wrecked when they do that, I'm not gonna lie, but it does happen. People are making a lot of money. I know guys that got in super early on, say Solid X, for example. That's a 1 in a million coin, right? But they got in super early, and the amount of coins they've got. But luckily, these have fell into the right hands. I know these guys personally, and I know that they're not going to harm the price. They'll just put some LP in and maybe sell 1 or 2 coins every couple of weeks. That's all they have to do, really. But people can make life-changing money if they. You can also do this without getting in on launch as well. You can just wait for the coin to die, because they all do. They all have a mega pump and then they die for ages. If you think there's going to be a resurgence, if you buy that low when it's just grinding sideways and it just feels like there's nothing happening anymore, if you buy that low and then wait, I did this with Pepe recently on Ethereum. I just
perhaps Solid X right now.
Perhaps Solid X right now. I mean, I literally bought some more earlier today, because I'm looking at that price and why is it still this low? It's just been going sideways. People are bored. People are getting.
I'm going to say one more thing to Brizology's response here. I personally know a guy that came into my community, had an $80,000 wallet. Telling you, it was $50,000 in Dick with Butt. It was $10,000 in Steve, and it was a little bit of all this, and it was none none of it was Pulse Inc., PulseX, any of that shit. He had $80,000 over on our chain. How can you not say that that's onboarding? Do you want other people with $80,000 to come in and buy coins on top of your main chain? You should. That's the truth.
Ghost Chain Maxi.
Love you, Brez, though. I do. I respect the shit out of him. I follow him. I watch all the shit, and I really like him. Never talked with him, though, I think.
Yeah, I like Chris Scuba, but he's a little bit overly maxi sometimes, unfortunately. And again, I love you.
Well, we need maxis too. We need maxis too. So we all have our places, I believe, in this community. So
yeah, fair.
Darber 68 says it's gambling. I mean, if you're in any market, it's a form of gambling. So
I mean,
if you're
my dad lost a lot of money day
it's...
trading in the stock market and back in the 2000s.
Yeah, that was
brutal.
peak gambling. But yeah,
bro, Bitcoin's gambling. You're like everything
in life there's percentage odds on that. I mean, you step out front of your door and you might get hit by a car. Geez, so like just it's all very levels of risk here, guys. The no one's saying to all in Sheba, Harry, and Potter, whatever the fuck is coming out. But like, it's also you don't have to like just shit all over everyone else's good time.
Yeah.
Well, who wants this one?
Communities.
From Hex G Unit. I will just throw this out there because this isn't the first time I've seen this. I see it all over Twitter, see it all over YouTube comments. But we are getting crushed off of the Hex OGs. Are we really?
Does that mean them selling, or does that mean them?
I think that means
the
Hex OGs are selling. Now, some of these are selling insane amount, or some of these big sellers are selling insane amounts of PulseX. Liquidity is bonded. That brings everything else down. So it's not necessarily all Hex related. So I'd start with that. But, how many more Hex wallets need to be rinsed at this point?
We're talking about Hex OGs.
You can't hate on guys for selling their bags, man. It's just like they bought it. You can't hate on people for selling their bags. Now, I'm not a Hex OG, but like, damn, if I made a 10,000 X, I'd be fucking selling.
I know. And you're talking. This is like we're now almost 4 years into the game. 4+ years into the game here of Hex. So like, people held on for a long fucking time, man. And you'd be you'll be stoked when we go back up that they're not there waiting to dump at way higher prices. They're doing y'all a solid favor, so like I don't think that, like, I mean, as someone who is firmly, invested in this market, like, sure, I'm a Hex OG. I've got more Hex than I've ever had, and I've felt the pain. I'm here feeling the pain with all of you. It's just as hard. Like, it's not like I'm just laughing all the way to the bank every day. No, it's like I wake up and I'm like, oh, this thing. I guess I buy a little more. So like, no, it's not. I mean, like, I'm in it too, y'all. So like, I think that, and a lot of Hex OGs still are. So like, I don't think that. Like, it's fine. Well, the Hex OGs, everyone's gonna feel how they're gonna feel about it. It's fine, and like but like again, you just look at the bridge money, man. We're not really going anywhere in that just yet. Like, we start taking. I mean, we had a low at 60. What was it? It's like 63 mil. Like, was our very, very low. And so even though prices are depressed where they're at, like, there's a lot more money on chain than there was before. And like, I think that y'all are just looking for someone to blame.
I think another thing that's gonna. Sorry, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Hex OGs are also hopefully your whales that are providing liquidity now and supporting the entire ecosystem. So I think, it's just I'm not a Hex OG either, but definitely not hating on them. And a lot of them are the liquidity providers. It's not Richard. Richard's not providing liquidity. That liquidity we got is from our Hex OG whales and other people that have figured it out. So.
Yeah, they're making new whales all the time. There's people who crushed it, like you said, Hexy and SolidX, and like all that. Like, you can thank a Hex OG for all that. So like, jeez, like, appreciate where we all came from. That's why you're building on shit too, Hexy. I mean, so like, it's just it's fun, like part of me is like, oh, that hurts that people say that because but I get it, everybody wants someone to blame,
I 100% agree with Briz on his last statement though, and I think that's why I think it's one of the most bullish things that are out there that nobody's talking about.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
The additional,
I do think
how
they are
bad
being
it
suppressed
is
right now.
actually a very bullish thing, especially when you become a founder and you understand that if you are a real benevolent founder, that what you really want is you want your believers and users to win. And what that means is bringing exit liquidity at some point in the market for them, period. And I have 100% faith that that's going to happen here. So buy the dip.
Yeah, I got no dry powder left, man. That's the problem.
I keep making money. I kept my job. I actually kept my job. I'm like, still, I'm serious. I'm like, damn, I'm really going to shove another $5,000. I'm bringing it in the bridge, like you said, right? Like I'm bringing it in. So not only are the existing people that are here that believe in it, bringing in money that they're earning to continue to invest in stuff they believe in. But yeah, we do want to catch the eye of some people with maybe some funny stuff, and then hopefully convince them why getting into the 9-inch farms and the different farms is a smart thing to do here, and teach them about how to earn passive income and all kinds of things that we've been blessed to learn by our very, very smart community.
Well, we're chipping away. So there is something quite bullish happening. I know this has got people mixed up and stuff like that, but the MEX C listing should be happening this week or potentially next week. I can't remember exactly when it's supposed to be going live, but I know that some people hate centralized exchanges. I'm not a particularly big fan of them or anything like that, but having a simple on and off ramp, I mean, god damn, how helpful is that going to be? Seriously. Any
Yes.
thoughts on positive or negatives on all that? Because
if you don't want Pulse on every centralized exchange, you don't understand what bringing adoption to a chain means.
Yeah, we need to be places. I mean, I get that on chain is important. I get that DeFi is the way, but if you can convince people of all that shit after they get in, let's get them on board as many ways as possible,
as easy as possible. Yeah. Instead of having to go through the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's so difficult to onboard right now.
Some will say, "Oh my gosh, what if the exchange gets hacked, or if it goes down and all the coins are lost from the exchange?" Well, hopefully we gain more eyeballs in that time, and things spread. Adoption, awareness. That's the point of it. It's not like, oh well, we got on here, we're good to go now. No.
And not only that, but really, I look at it more like I look at it more in a kind of a different way than all that. I think that from what I feel like I've seen from memeonomics, really you want to be on these exchanges.
Memeonomics.
Memeonomics.
Nice.
Ponzi-nomics.
I like it better than Bidenomics.
Yeah.
My Ponzi is better than your Ponzi.
Yeah. But the idea is that you actually we would like to be able to be in the background, getting exchanges, finding stable coins that are going to be on things that are in routes in and out, so that when the pump happens, all these things are already in place. These things like MEXC isn't going to magically pump Pulse. That's not the point. The point is the more infrastructure that we have out there, when there is hype, when there is momentum, you want to be like, when I'm shilling highest of stakes, we have got like 9 different places I can tell you to get it now, and so that's super helpful, as opposed to being like, we're on this one place that only a quarter of the world can even get to, that sucks. So if you're like, we're here, wherever you need us, you can get us. That's what you want,
Just got to take this dirt road that nobody wants to cross. It's really muddy with a river going through it.
And it's only in Mississippi and shit. You're like, no, I don't. No, it needs to be everywhere, So yeah, that's I mean, that's the key is like just the infrastructure being all fully fleshed out. So when we can go up, we can go up higher, and there's way more, access to us. So that's a great first step. And I think that there's going to be more. I just think that it's a harder road than most are taking, without a founder there doing it all for you. That's one of those things that, you get asked about in that, right pretty early on. So it's a little more difficult, but I think that we'll get there.
What do you guys think about the whole like narrative? One of the carrots that's being dangled in front of everyone right now is like Sack Daddy's going to come and pump our bags. I mean, me personally, I hate that narrative. I really hate it because we shouldn't be relying on one guy coming and fixing all of our problems for us.
No, and
it's not Father Christmas, man. Like he ain't fucking
It's awful.
Do you think it's going to happen?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think about that narrative?
It's not the narrative that I open with, or it's not an early narrative for me. That's for sure. I don't. It's Richard's this is an intelligent cat. So like if there's not momentum and people building and things actually happening and a reason, some sort of positive, reason to do that kind of thing, I don't think it's gonna anyway. Like it's not happening anytime soon. So like don't that's not how you gotta position yourself.
Think most people understand it if you were to tell them. They
see
that in the light that it could be.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the issue.
I think it's most inside the community that like already hear that it's just like, oh my gosh, I've been through so much pain. Please, Sack Daddy. But once you get outside of our circle,
it's its own meme, basically. It's like a joke.
That, coming soon on 9-inch, maybe. I don't know.
No, it's probably already launched. If you look,
Sack Daddy
like 15 coins.
It's what I think
we just mentioned
was promoting a coin called Sack Daddy at one point, but he was like hating on everyone for saying the word Sack Daddy, but then he's backing a coin called Sack Daddy. It's so weird. I love B Roots and what he does, man, but that guy be a bit all over the place sometimes.
Big K, you said something earlier that I want to get your feedback on. So when people like you strike up a conversation, what have you, and perhaps at consensus, and someone says, "Oh, PulseChain, isn't that the coin founded by the guy who's in battle with the SEC?" How do you handle that narrative question, whole discourse?
What's crazy is that I haven't actually had that come up yet.
Okay.
But I'm saying, but if it did,
you kind of alluded to it, so I thought like you might have had that question. No, I'm saying that
like most people didn't. Like I said, for the most part, most people don't actually know. Like we're not PulseChain isn't on the forefront of everyone's mind.
We're so early.
That's not, and you're right. I mean, we're whatever you want to say on that. We're at the right time. I feel like.
Right.
But no, I don't think that. But if somebody did come at you with that, I mean, you can easily be like, yes. And what? First of all, what other like? There's lots. There's a giant Ripple Labs XRPL like. Their chain and their whole thing, like a massive section here at Consensus. They've been workshops and the whole nine and everything. Like they already went through this process. Not to mention, like the most recent law that went through the House. That what the sort of structure they're looking at, it seems to be a more CFTC based regulation approach, and if the SEC would have a lot less power on these issues. So like I think that's actually there's actually a solid chance it works itself out before we come to the end of this the case even that we have to deal with. I mean, not to mention like even if you're trying to go after yes, Richard might be being sued, but like he's gone doing his own thing. We're all basically running the chain at this point, so it's not like that's even really, it's like whether he gets in trouble or not isn't going to necessarily directly affect what happens on chain at this point in time. So, I mean, yes, lots of projects are getting sued by the SEC. And the SEC hasn't been doing fantastic on all of them either. So, that's kind of a rite of passage. I
don't think they ever successfully actually won a case against the crypto. I might be wrong about that, but
I feel like they've won some stuff in the sense that they've won lots of settlements. So they've made some money. And then there's a couple that they did win on, like that scammy one with the who was it, the Kardashians or some shit that they had some coin thing that I can't remember what it was. That they went after them and like there was a couple little bit. I'm not saying that they haven't won anything.
Now Kris Jenner has a coin. So,
that's
oh god, that's like the worst celebrity to ever endorse a fucking coin in the history of crypto. By the way, these are all top signals. Like I don't know why we're getting them so early. Like But when
No,
Justin
but-
Bieber's talking about NFTs, that was the top, like last cycle. You know, it's so weird.
Yeah, but we can call these top signals now because we would have called them last cycle. So
Yeah.
I don't think we can call them top signals this time. It's going to be something else and more outlandish and more crazy. And then,
Yeah, but
months from
wondering
now,
about
we're going to
that.
be like, that's a top signal. Like we've done this, celebrity stuff and NFT stuff, but so there's going to be a moment or two to where it's going to be like, I think it's about time to, hit the exit door.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that I've been a little pontificating on. Is like, we've had some bullish stuff that's happened already. I mean, you remember last cycle we had like, richest man in the world buys Bitcoin, and you're like, okay, that's we're getting and then like now we've got all of Wall Street's BlackRock and all that shit's in. Okay, fine, sounds good. Where's our next pool of fucking money coming from? Where's our fucking money coming from? Because that's what we need to know. Because we need another group of people with a new narrative to decide that they're gonna all in this shit for us to get from $70,000 Bitcoin to fucking 300,000 or 200, whatever you think it's going to. So like, who is that? Is that going to be governments? Are governments going to finally like just ape in like crazy, and then like the ones that ape in the hardest buy the top and just get annihilated in the next bear market? Like where else is where do y'all think like another
Nigeria accepts Bitcoin as local
Prince.
currency? that would be a fucking funny signal, man.
Fucking incredible. Yeah, but I'm just asking, like, because like I mean those are giant reserves of money that countries have that run their show, so like I'm not sure where else you're going to find these.
I think it's just the long game now with the consistent inflows.
But there's gonna be a hype cycle, and
there's always
where's the next $1 trillion gonna come from? I want to know.
Well, it's probably more of a liquidity squeeze than anything else, but yeah.
We just need 1,000 billionaires.
It's supply demand
Just
issue.
need a quick.
So as fast as it goes up, it comes down, right? And that's what happens when you have that final liquidity.
Yeah, and that's something that I tell, like, I say to other people and remind myself that, like, I'm sure that if governments or somebody, some larger things, there's some narrative comes out that everybody starts aping in super hard. I'm sure we'll all hear this time it's different bullshit again. And that those are the top signals. I don't think we've gotten there yet. I think it's still all pretty much.
My mining rewards are way too small right now. When I'm making like thousands a day in mining rewards, that's when I sell all my mining machines. I start telling everybody to get rid of their crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it happens, right? And I think, it's just liquidity. That's really all it is. And to Briz's point, we got a guy with 170K ETH. So I don't know. That's a pretty good whale to have in your ecosystem.
This is true.
Indeed. And as he points out, there are only 21 million Bitcoins. Not enough for everyone to have
Bitcoin
one.
is still one Bitcoin. I'm aware.
I believe there's also only 21 million solid X coins as well.
And funnily enough, only about 10% of those are actually in circulation.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, by the way, you can earn solid X right now by staking BBC?
I saw that.
Yeah.
So I saw a bunch of hate being thrown on the socials about the APY sucks. Would you care to respond to that?
It's free money, man. What do you mean the APY sucks?
That's what I say.
it's free money, dude. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, people will be mad about anything, and especially if it's single-sided.
Yeah, these are things that are built on top of a project already. Someone put that there to be nice, to incentivize you to get some free fucking money. Like, you could say thank you. That would be nice.
Yeah, right. No, we had the same FUD when because we do PulseX single-sided staking. We have done for ages. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the APY now. It's not loading up. Last time I checked, it was like 0.4% APY or something like that, and it's like, okay, cool, that is a low amount, but come on, man, we're giving free money to a project that's not even ours just for putting it here. just to get you to use the platform. Like, why are we going to chuck you 100% APY? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you can earn good APY on our coins, really good APY on our coins, but you're not going to earn good APY on anything like that. But the beautiful thing about the Solid X staking, because you can stake on both sides now. So you can stake Solid X to earn BBC, and then you can take the BBC and stake that to earn Solid X. So it just becomes like an infinite loop. And I mean, the math isn't always going to be like completely like right. So it's going to mean that you can put equal amounts in and take equal amounts out all the time. But it's free money, and then you can go earn more free money with the free money. And then if you want to take, and this is all risk free as well, because you're not risking your coins in any capacity to do it. You're just placing it in the contract and just letting it earn for you. It's not like LP providing or farming where you have to mitigate the impermanent loss risk. So that's the more risky, and that's why we pay more for the farms, because it is more risky doing LP providing than it is just single-sided staking. I wish we could just give everyone loads of money for single-sided staking on everything, and then the price not go to fucking zero.
Yeah, but the thing is that like you get rewarded for what you're actually providing to the system. That's how meritocracies work, you know. So like in this situation, like you if you're providing an LP, that's useful for the system. Other people can use that, you know. Single-sided staking, sure, it's cool to lock up coins, but it's way less useful overall than liquidity providing for everyone else, you know, for the system as health as a whole. So like that's completely fair, you know.
Yeah, and the single-sided staking does help the communities that opt to do it as well, because then they will be locking up. Like some people can lock up for a whole year, so that takes Solid X off the market for an entire year, and then the BBC that's earned from that, you can't harvest it till the end as well. So it reduces the inflation a little bit of the BBC tokens. And also because BBC benefits from the buy and burn, we've actually had a few days where the volume's been so high on the DEX that it's completely mitigated all of the inflation that we've had that day, because it's so much of it's getting burned every day. So it's quite a good system. I mean, I argue this with everyone all the time, because people are very bullish on Ink, and I am too. But I would just argue that BBC is basically Ink, but on steroids, and it's got way more upside potential because you can do more stuff with it, and it benefits from the buy and burn as well. So if you're bullish on Ink, you might want to buy a bag of BBC and maybe just go stake it for a year and see what happens. Who knows, man? But yeah, it reduces the supply substantially.
I may or may not have some BBC stake for a year.
Well, I challenge anyone that's hating to I can't wait to see your staking contract.
Right? Yeah.
It's always the guys that have either got no money or don't do fuck all for the chain that scream the loudest. Like
85% APY on my single-sided staking platform. And
yeah, it's always the broke guys. You know what's funny is obviously when we came out, we had a pretty substantial dip after launch, but we had such a big sacrifice. It was like bound to happen. Really, we all knew that would probably happen. And all the guys that were like complaining the hardest, I'd like they'd send me their wallets over, and I'd look, and they sacrificed like $70 or something, or like $50, or maybe even less, and they're just like, "Oh, you've ruined my life," right? And then, excuse me, I'll have a chat with Fire Whale, who put nearly $3 million in at the bottom. By the way, this conversation was. And he was just chilling. He was like, "Yeah, man, don't worry. I'm not worried at all. I think it's great what you guys are doing." Like he's probably down like over $1 million at this point, and he's just like chilling, you know. And he's just chilling.
Still supporting, not just chilling, but still actively supporting y'all and doing things to grow and build as he can. You know, it's great. It's fantastic. Like that's what you want. Those are people that are actually like solution oriented people in general. You know, everyone can bitch about shit. That's an easy way to, you know, lift yourself up and tear other people down. You know, but
yeah, seeing Hexy and the Nine-Inch team work as hard as they have was the reason I chose to launch all my projects on 9-inch.
Yeah, I've been thoroughly impressed with all the rollouts of the features you guys have been working on.
Dude, lots DCA tool, all kinds of
DCA tool's amazing, man. Anyone who is looking to DCA in and out or out of anything, they should really go give that a go. Just make sure that we've got liquidity in the pair first, you know, because I have had one guy that tried to set up a DCA tool with like something that had no liquidity. That is not going to work out very well for you, pal. Just saying, but yeah.
Toby Wan brought this up to you, Hexy. What about offering EHEX staking better yield than a 1-year stake on ETH, and you avoid the ETH gas fees?
We thought about this, but it's like if we do that, we're just going to get hate because people are just going to be like, "Oh, well, you're just ruining Hex now. You're making Hex like people are supposed to stake Hex properly, you know, and I don't know if it would really benefit us in any way. We offer really good APY on the Ethereum Hex pair on the farm, right? You can earn way more on that even with impermanent loss than you will ever earn staking Hex for 1 year. Even for 10 years, 15 years, you will earn more APY by just providing liquidity. But I just checked right now, there's only like $40,000 of liquidity on there. So like, where's the EHEX whales at, man? Why don't you move your liquidity to a platform that actually cares about you? Why are you still providing it on Uniswap? Uniswap don't give a fuck about you. And they delisted you, for fuck's sake. People have to paste the contract in to use Hex on Uniswap. What the fuck is this? Like, come and bring it to 9inch. We actually like Hex. I own loads of Hex. I want Hex to go to new all-time highs on both chains. I really think it can. But you know, there's certain things holding it back. But I mean, it did get, to be fair, like playing devil's advocate here, Hex did go down more than Luna and Celsius, technically, when you look at that chart. And that's quite sad, you know?
Yeah,
that is quite sad. There's not really a rebuttal to that, right?
A little deeper.
There's not really a rebuttal to that, man. Like, I'm trying to think of a thing, and it's just like, oh yeah, but imagine the bounce. But it's just like, yeah, but I don't think there's really been many projects out there that have gone down 99%.
They're front running the demise of the founder, like in the others.
I understand that PulseChain was exit liquidity for Hex users. I mean,
that's something that Firewhale said to me. He was like, the sacrifice saved me, because he put like a ton of money in, and it saved a lot of people from because maybe Richard knew that this was likely to happen. You get something that goes up that far, that fast, it's gonna have to dip considerably. I mean, when it got to 3 cents, I was like, yeah, there's no way it goes any lower than this. And then it went to 2, and I was like, okay, definitely not here. I put loads of money in at 3 cents, right? And then it got to like just less than a penny, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, all right, I'll chuck another bag in, and it still went down 90% from there.
Without whales that are willing to sit through the bear market with their liquidity going down like hell, that's why we need whales, because we need validators and we need liquidity providers even in the bear. Period. And there's
validators are still going strong, right?
Oh,
like
yeah,
48,000 something.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing about our, like, I really do believe that there's just no way we're going anywhere. Not when we got basically a large percentage of ETH in the holder's hands of PulseChain, like for what it is. And I mean, we're going, you know, it may take us, you know, a little longer to reach some of the goals that people wanted us to, but we're going to.
I've been saying it since last year, man, since 23. I was like, 2024 is for Pulse and for our ecosystem. It's like survive until 25, man. Don't sell your bags.
Survive till 25. I like it.
Do not. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. That's how I've been telling onboards. I'm like, I know it's going to be really hard for the next few months. And I've been saying this since like the beginning of the year. I was like, I didn't know it was going to be this hard, you know, but I did.
Looked at the calendar. We're still in May, man. Like, oh,
I know it's not an easy task I'm asking for, you know, that I'm warning on, but you know, I do think that I've been pretty steadfast that mantra, and I had to say it to myself several times when I'm waking up and checking some prices.
Everybody seems to forget that we pumped 3x in 2 weeks, under 2 weeks. And I mean that, and then also that in most of these chains, like the euphoria is a much smaller window than all the holding and everything else. And people just really don't realize that. Like it is a short period of time in comparison to the years that you'll spend.
I think there's a fact that I read about Bitcoin, and it was like something like, you know, majority, even though it's as volatile as it is, majority of like the gains that you would make in a year on Bitcoin happen in like 5 to 7 days, you know, like the majority of what you're going to actually, you know, so it's like, you know, we've heard the Richardism of like, or I don't even think it's him. It's just like a saying of like, time in the market is better than timing the market. You know, I mean, like some people are fantastic at timing the market. Fucking hats off to you. You know that, you know, you make the candlesticks fucking happen. But like, you know, for the rest of us, I feel like it's timing is way better than, you know, we're timing it and just waiting for those moments is way better. Hang on a second. I got somebody at the door here.
What? Got that room service. Anything happens to me, got you. Okay.
I want to see if it's Jamie
Is that
Dimon.
coffee?
I bet it's coffee. I can already
Coffee,
hear it.
it sounds like coffee.
Yeah, coffee's just showed up. So
can I say hi?
yeah, you can say hi. I can jump off.
What's going on? Was it happy hour? Oh, fucking happy hour. What
What's up, coffee?
Hello, sir.
Big man.
We thought you were Jamie Dimon for a second. But...
So yeah,
What's up, nerds?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, I've been chilling PulseChain worldwide all day, all
Look like
night.
Consensusing.
Yeah, I think the consensus is PulseChain's the fucking future.
Were you are you down with the Jamie Dimon fight or
Mud wrestling? Jamie Dimon mud wrestling on DMT? Yeah, that shit is
fire.
that's why I came.
that's why we're here.
That's why I came.
the stuff you find at conferences? Yeah, bro. And booth babes too. Can't forget the booth babes. So
Hey, sir. Andreas Antonopoulos would disagree.
that's right. Well, what's on your mind, man? How you been? Coffee?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Been good. I ran into Richard's only brother earlier today.
Oh, how's that experience?
We just crashed this like hedge fund party for quite a bit on the rooftop, and some guy came all the way from San Antonio to pitch me a metaverse project that he wants to launch on PulseChain. It's like NFT marketplace in the metaverse. You guys ever worn Apple Vision Pro?
Yeah.
You can for the low price of $4,500.
Crazy.
So let me tell you, it is actually game changing. Like he was like, "Yo, you got to put this headset on." He said that before he asked me for money, of course. But it did work very well. It's very scary how I felt like I was in like a different universe. Like Ready Player One is here, guys. Like, you got incels and millionaires, and there's gonna be one or the other.
I mean, somebody's got to take the leap, right? And these the Vision Pro devices and whatnot, they're only going to get smaller, more advanced, cheaper.
He wants to launch on Pulse, and now he's like, "Hey, does the foundation have a grant program?" I'm like, "No, sir, we're broke."
We're gonna ask you for donations.
Where's the PulseChain Foundation?
Have you heard of a sacrifice base?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the foundation, man. Yeah. Tell them to do one of them. Like people just love throwing money at sacrifices, man.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
they did at least. I don't think they do anymore, but yeah. They did.
You got the good end of it on the
yeah, we had the last sizable one. I don't think there'll ever be one like that again.
Birthday sack.
Yes, it was.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Firewell.
Yes. Boosted them numbers, man. Love it.
Yeah. Well,
what time is it in the UK?
11:30 at night.
Oh, shit, yeah.
11:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm less drunk than you.
Yeah.
Well, you've been recovering, so
I have been recovering.
You have an
today,
excuse.
Yeah.
Talking
Next week's
about
going to be rough, man. I can't say where I'm going to be, but next week's going to be fucking rough.
out of country or
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere. I can say it's in Europe. How about that?
All right, there you go.
But yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. And looking forward to it though, man. Gonna meet some cool people.
Nice.
Well, speaking of
doing a full-on job of that. I mean, you definitely like I was mentioning earlier. There's quite a bit of stablecoin providers out there. Some maybe a couple interested in Pulse. There's
Oh yeah, I've actually got to get back to my multi-sig wallet because we're about to make the payment to MEXC. 2 days.
Oh,
2 days.
Nice.
Now you guys stop bitching about centralized exchanges. You'll find something else to bitch about, I'm sure. But
we actually talked about that earlier. And
yeah, just about 10 minutes ago. We were
this
Yeah.
consensus is fine with that. So
yeah.
we're going to be on central. Basically, what I've been doing here is shilling to every fiat on and off ramp that I can.
Good job.
Good leads on a lot of different ones. I don't want to name them because
smart.
I don't want I don't want the comment section to start hitting them up.
Exactly.
yeah, we know how you guys can be out there. A little, you're just like
Stop gatekeeping us.
yeah.
Have you heard of asking nicely?
Yeah.
Actually talking face to face with people. Yeah.
Have you heard of saying hello? I am so and so. These fucking they disgust me.
Yeah, well, if that's your opening line, I would gatekeep the shit out of us too. So,
And it is. It is a lot of people's opening line.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
The truth hurts, but it's true.
This is the truth, but we're getting there. Good roads.
More flies with honey than vinegar. All the different sayings.
There you go.
We have got some toxic motherfuckers in this community, man. Unfortunately,
Is that true that he was? Is that what Expedition said? He's banned from consensus.
That's a possibility.
Man,
Which would be 9-inch appropriate. I mean, just to be fair.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I cut my
Bro. Okay.
You're all right.
Yeah. So
Well,
anyway,
Jets.
yeah. That's,
We're coming up on 90 minutes here, so I figured that was a good conversation. Thank you all for coming by, man. Big K, Hexy, Steve.
We had some time in between. There's a karate fight thing that's going on.
Well,
tonight.
yeah.
Tonight.
I mean, you gotta like start posting some photos on Twitter, Insta, Big K.
Yeah, I probably should. You're right. I am really bad about that.
Yeah, I know. You gotta expand your social universe a little bit.
They got a dunk tank outside too. It's a regular carnival out
If
here.
you're into dudes wrestling in the mud, this is the place for you.
No.
Man, I don't know if we can, but we could end on a high note with by letting me show my new rap music video.
By all means, sir.
Scuba Steve.
It is happy hour.
Did you see it? I mean, I really went out on a limb there. You know,
Enlighten us.
Scuba Steve. I wonder if you can play it. I don't know. It might be jerky, but we've talked some serious stuff here. But I mean, I appreciate you guys. This is one of the most enjoyable streams that I go on.
Dive into the deep.
Uh-oh.
And that's neat. Scuba Steve on the beat. Fleet. No need to compete when you got that heat. HO dive into the deep with the token.
Nice watch.
Yeah.
On the beat in the crypto sea fleet. No need to compete when you got that heat. Hold your on my seat as we rise from the street. With Steve, ain't no ordinary token. Riding waves, never broken. Got the market open. Scuba Steve, the blockchain devotion. Crypto deep. We keep floating in the ocean motion. I'm Scuba Steve, ain't no ordinary. Riding waves, never broken. Got the market open. Scuba Steve with the blockchain devotion. Crypto deep. In the ocean motion. From the reef to the shore, Steve's below. In the crypto store, watch the value soar. Me magical law, profits we adore. Scuba Steve's roar, hear the crowd implore. Scuba Steve ain't a crowd in the greatest mind. Scuba Steve ain't a hive keeping dreams alive. In the
Let's go.
job, it's a high five.
Let's go.
Let's drive to the
Scuba Steve.
Buy my shit.
Yeah, that's right. You got it, Josh. I mean, seriously though, like, I mean, I had again a ton of fun.
I mean, you're
doing
putting in the time and effort, man, and
It's entertainment value, and I do appreciate that. That's,
And the Hulkamania colors. Thank you.
It's not as good as the lowest of stakes, but I think there might be a collab coming like sometime in the future. I don't know if I can get like that was the bottom signal, by the way. I know we had Furu's eulogy for the top signal. This is the bottom signal right now. Like a Scuba Steve outfit.
Oh, speaking of the lowest of stakes, real quick, there is a hidden seed phrase in the film, which currently I'm going to top it up more, but it's got something like $1,500 worth of PP in it. And you can find that seed phrase just by watching the film. And like, I'll give you the hints that we've put out already. So whilst I'm creating the shitcoin wallet, like the first 6 words pop up, and then there's another word on a scene behind me on that little dick over there that says used. That's the next word. That's like
no
the
one's
7th.
got it yet, right?
No one's got it yet, man. I mean, I've had people sending me spreadsheets and all sorts of shit, and it's cool, man. People are putting in work to get this. So yeah, there is. I'm gonna keep topping it up every week until someone finds it. So yeah,
awesome.
That's fucking great. There's also DeFi puzzles at XYZ with a million hex loaded onto it. You can use BTC-Recover. It's a software if you have a GPU. So if you know 10 words out of the 12, and you think you might have the other 2. It can take you maybe 4 to 6 hours to brute force attack it. So if you think you might have 10, hit me up. We'll split the profits.
Look at Coffee coming in with the fucking alpha on Kraken wallet codes. Holy shit!
Yeah, no, I've got a wallet. Well, it's public, open source. Like,
Yeah, but that's a great tool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, I mean, there are
I like it.
select amount of words that, I mean, granted, it's a very large list, but that's, how the process starts. So, yeah. Crypto Stylist wants to know, Coffee and Hexy, when refill minibar?
That is a funny story, actually. So, me and Coffee went back with Stylist to her place, like after whatever, and we completely emptied her. Like, she went to sleep, and me and Coffee were just like play fighting and drinking and just like chatting all night, like. And fucking, we completely demolished her minibar. There was nothing left. Like, I think we even drank the cans of Coke in there. Like, everything was.
Close your eyes and imagine it tastes kind of like whiskey.
Yeah, we fucking did, and then we just fucking left. We didn't leave any money or anything. Like,
thus the question.
So probably never. Probably never, unfortunately.
Crypto Stylist, thank you for putting up with us. We're not worthy.
We were not worthy.
That's great.
Oh, and I was smoking like hell in a hotel room as well, man. Like, you're not supposed to smoke in there. I must have smoked like a whole packet of cigarettes that night. Oh my god, I feel like a cunt. Sorry, Stylist.
Anything goes in Vegas.
Yeah,
everything. Oh man. Hope to see you at one of these conferences soon.
Yeah.
Stylist. Hey, by the way, guys, I just want to tell you, like, representing the foundation or whatever, like, we've got a lot of leads on a lot of fiat on-ramps, and that's kind of the primary focus right now. We're doing work, and MEXC is going to get listed, and you could imagine a lot more fiat on-ramps and gateways are going to lead into PulseChain in the future. Not only is Coast going to come back online, but things are getting better. These people on the stream are doing great work. Everybody's contributing in their own way. I just want to say that it's going to get easier to buy Pulse pretty fucking soon. That's it.
Let's go.
There you go.
So we need, man. So we need.
Appreciate the hard work.
And I guess one more community shout out. One final one for Funding Jim, Rags to Riches, Brother KG. This is your last chance. Like, pretty much 24 hours to do this. Go to menek.com, top right. Look. Download the app, ask them questions. $10.
Gary Woods has been here with talking to Grant Cardone and the like, Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah,
this Menek app. You're a big fish in a small pond, and you're right next to these other heavy hitters. And if and when it does get bought out by, let's say, Twitter, the Everything app, it'll be nice to have these connections made, right? You got Gary next to Patrick Bet-David. Like, what the fuck?
That's great.
Right.
Awesome marketing for us.
Hey, let's go.
So go
I've just been on and asked them all questions about who's got the bigger PP, me or Richard Hart, stuff like that. Like,
ask them all that. Easy questions. Text.
Top 10 questions.
You gotta whip it out.
Whip out your $10.
Make sure you charge them. Make sure you charge them for the time.
Yes, that's
Whip out your $10. Download the app. Ask them a question. Ask all three a question. $30. Who cares? Like, we have 2 in the top 3 right now. Let's get them all up there. So,
yeah,
good stuff. All right, gents.
Excellent.
Well, let's wrap this thing up here. Big K, we'll go clockwise as we always do. Where can we find you, sir?
At Big Kirkowski on Twitter and on Telegram. You can find me here out of Consensus for a couple more days. You can find me catching a couple dead shows at the Sphere here in Vegas in a couple weeks. You can catch me on the Highest of Stakes. That's thehighestofstakes.com on Apple and Google Play and where else? Apple, Amazon Prime. You can also catch me in
and perhaps
Bitcoin
Nashville
conference.
Yeah,
in Nashville at the Bitcoin conference in July as well.
There you go.
So we should be doing some events and fun stuff out there too. So feel free to drop me a line and come on by the booth there. We're gonna have a booth for Highest of Stakes. I think that's all for now. I think that's all the places, and here too. You can find me here too.
There you go. On the Happy Hour Show. Coffee Man, aside from
You can't find me. You'll never find me.
Consensus, sir. We know where you are right now.
Look, you'll never find me.
We know where you are right now, sir. Where else can we find you as he leaves? All right, he's gone. Rugged. Hexy B. We can find you in the lowest of stakes accordingly,
Yes,
because
sir.
you are below Big K. But where else can we find you?
Yeah, so lowest of stakes, go watch that on YouTube if you haven't done already. It's just available for free on YouTube. So yeah, go watch that.
There may be
Hopefully
some
it'll make you
cool
laugh.
cameos in there, by the way.
Yeah, there's at least a couple. If you guys haven't seen it yet, right at the end, we do right at the end of the film, like my favorite bit is the end credits because we've got all the like outtakes and stuff. But then there's a bit that actually Coffee did, which I remember when he sent me this video, it was like 4 or 5 minutes long. I was just pissing myself laughing like the whole way through because it was just so random and like didn't make any sense, but it kind of did. But yeah, so we got like an excerpt of that at the end and stuff.
Fitting for the film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hanging on the whole time.
Other than that, it's just Hexy Bastard on Twitter, and yeah, just go use 9inch, provide you liquidity, get some free money on top of free money on top of free money. So yeah, enjoy.
And people can complain about free APY.
Oh, the free money wasn't free enough.
Yes, it was not free enough. Scuba Steve Hinson.
What's
Where
up?
can we find you, man?
While you're showing the highest of stakes and the lowest of stakes, you can go out and shill the new Scuba Steve rap music video at Scuba Steve IO. You can see it in the name. That's the Twitter handle. We got Baby Shark on top of it. We're building the Scuba Steve ecosystem, staking contracts, games, NFTs. The whole bunch is coming. You can find me at Steve Hitson. You can see that also down there. And I've also got another one, Profit on PulseChain, where I'm teaching people how to do LP, doing some airdrops to members and things like that. Finally, I'm going to show one other project I'm helping a guy with, which me and Hexy said it earlier, but Gulag Poker. They're doing a cool little PulseChain poker community we got going on. Deposit your pulse, get it in the game. You can play some poker while we're in these deep, dark red candles, if that's your cup of tea there. We got multiple tournaments running every day and some cash games as well. So yeah, you can see KR threw it out there. He's a good friend of mine at this point. And yeah, having fun in there. We got a tournament that starts in about 15 minutes. We got another one in about 2 hours. So that's it.
Is this poker room safe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an admin in it, so I'm helping manage it. So, I mean, KR is awesome as well.
Funds are safe for you, sir.
Yeah,
I've been playing.
They're safe in my wallet.
Second in one, and then I just got wrecked on every single game I've played.
I was going to say, I do ask that because I know people in other PulseChain poker rooms that the room master has just rugged it. And
I mean, I'm not going to say that we couldn't, but I highly doubt we will. If it happens, I'll refund everybody's pulse.
As you said, you're doxed AF. So
yeah, I'm doxed as hell. I mean, there is a rake and stuff, so we have. I mean, it's very clear as day what we're doing. So it is what it is.
If it helps, I have met the guy that runs the room personally,
and he's going to be at the
IRL.
He's going to be at the tour.
Oh yeah. Real quick, let me show that for the peeps. So PulseChain tour is coming to Europe, and they're doing dates in like Amsterdam, Lisbon, Berlin, London, a few others. I'm going to be speaking at the Amsterdam and at the London one. The Amsterdam is the first one. I believe it's the 15th of next month. There's quite a few guys going out for that, man. I've had loads of people messaging me that they're going to be
filming Lowest of Stakes Part 2 footage in Amsterdam. That's all I got to say.
I think the guys who did make the film are coming, actually. So that'll be interesting. Maybe they'll bring the camera and get some footage.
Right. Go to those meetups. I wish I was in Europe.
Yeah.
The Amsterdam one sounds so good. I love Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam's going to be sick, mate. Like, I don't even smoke weed anymore, but I know I'm going to have a great time. So
you'll probably try it again.
Yeah, I'll do it a little bit. But it would just write me off for the whole day, though. Like, I'll have a bit and I'll be like, right, I need to go to bed.
That didn't take much. Yeah, I'll try a little bit. All right, yeah. Twist his arm. All right, gents. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming by. It was a good chat, as always. Thank you, chat. You guys killed it, as always. And Big K and I will see you probably in a week, 2, 3, and with another show. Stay tuned to the socials, and we'll find out how consensus went and what else is next up for Nashville highest of stakes Bitcoin conferences. Where in the world is Big K and whoever our guests are. So stay tuned. Thanks everybody, and we will see you next time. Cheers.